There comes a moment when the noise of the world fades. Not because the world has grown quieter, but because you have. Your system stops chasing explanation, your energy stops translating, and somewhere between one heartbeat and the next, something clicks. The universe is not outside you, watching. It is the field that responds to you, moves with you, is you. When your frequency shifts, it is not an achievement, it is a resonance point, a confirmation that your signal has become coherent enough to be felt by the whole. Only somewhere in 0.1% feel this moment, not because the others are unworthy, but because they are still entangled in static, the endless scroll of seeking, explaining, proving. They try to match a vibration they haven't yet remembered they already are. You, on the other hand, have stopped. You've stepped into stillness so complete that the universe finally had room to echo back. This is what confirmation feels like, not fireworks but a soft pulse of knowing. No sound, no word, just a shift. Your electromagnetic field recalibrates, synapses fire differently. The observer that once watched from the mind now watches from presence, and the universe recognizes its own reflection. The old frequency collapses, relationships, desires, identities, they begin to dissolve like mist at sunrise. At first it feels like loss, but beneath that, it's pure liberation. This is the point of graduation, not the end of study but the end of illusion. You no longer search for proof because your entire existence is the proof. Welcome to the moment only 0.1% feel, where reality shifts from projection to participation, where you stop manifesting and start radiating. Every shift begins as silence, a subtle tremor beneath the noise. Not the silence of absence, but the silence of alignment. When your energy stops scattering, it starts singing, and in that resonance, the universe responds. The quantum field does not listen to your words, it listens to your frequency. It hears the music beneath your speech, the vibration that hums between your thoughts. This is where creation begins, where reality is tuned, not spoken into being. Most people never hear it. They speak louder when they are unheard, push harder when they feel unseen. But the quantum field doesn't respond to volume, it responds to coherence. It bends toward harmony, not noise. When your mind quiets, your heart's frequency becomes the broadcaster. It sends out signals, not as words, but as waves. Every breath becomes a transmission. Every still moment becomes a declaration of presence. And so, reality begins to mirror you differently. People shift around you. Events rearrange. Timelines that once felt blocked start to dissolve into flow. You are no longer attracting outcomes, you are syncing with them. The old you once begged the field to listen. Now the field waits for your next pulse. You have become a node of creation, an intelligent vibration. This is the field of resonance. It holds no judgment, no hierarchy, no reward. It simply amplifies what you are. If you radiate doubt, it echoes uncertainty. If you radiate peace, it magnifies harmony. In that realization, the game of trying ends. You see that every form of striving carries interference, and the moment you stop trying to control frequency, coherence returns. This is where the 0.1% live, in the quantum field of quiet certainty. They move without resistance, speak without noise, and love without demand, because they have remembered what they are, a frequency that needs no validation, only expression. When you feel that, you stop asking for signs, you start becoming them. Every awakening arrives disguised as collapse. The human self calls it an ending. The soul knows it as calibration. Because before a frequency can rise, the old vibration must dissolve. The field cannot sustain two truths at once. You start to feel it first as friction. Certain people feel heavier. Conversations lose flavor. The things that once defined you no longer echo back the same way. It's not rejection, it's resonance sorting itself out. The universe does not punish or test. It simply reorganizes itself around your coherence. When you stop matching old patterns, they lose their place in your reality. And so the field collapses around what no longer vibrates with you. You'll feel it in the body, the tremor, the disorientation, the sudden weight of memories dissolving into static. It feels like dying because, in a way, it is. Not death as loss, but death as translation. Energy leaving one form to reappear as another. The human mind clings to what's known, but the quantum field celebrates what's changing. The universe cannot hand you coherence while you hold on to interference, so it gently or violently takes what blocks the signal. In that darkness, many turn back. They interpret silence as abandonment, uncertainty as failure, but for those who trust the stillness, the bloom begins. Something new starts vibrating at the edge of perception, a lighter hum, a pulse beneath the chaos. You begin to notice beauty in simplicity, synchronicities appearing like soft footprints of guidance, not grand miracles, but subtle confirmations, a line of music that says what you couldn't, a stranger's word that feels like memory, a dream that feels like prophecy. This is how the universe speaks when you're ready to listen, not through command, but through coherence, not through noise, but through signal. You no longer try to manifest from desire, you magnetize from being. The field has recognized you as stable, so it reflects stability. Your electromagnetic field begins to entrain reality, pulling order from chaos simply through presence. You start to walk slower, speak softer, think less. You find meaning not in effort, but in rhythm, because the more you relax into your frequency, the more reality bends to meet it. This is the bloom, not a single moment, but an unfolding wave of coherence. You're not becoming something new, you're remembering what you've always been, a stable note in the cosmic symphony, and from that note your reality composes itself anew. Friends shift, paths clear, time behaves differently. You begin to live not in linear cause and effect, but in resonance and response. You have become a walking field of calibration. Others feel it before they understand it. They sense peace around you, and for a brief second, they remember their own. This is not coincidence, this is coherence spreading. The shift within you begins to awaken the shift in others, and the universe smiles, because the signal is multiplying.
When the frequency stabilizes, the silence changes. It is no longer empty, it is radiant. The same stillness that once frightened you now feels like home, because in that quiet, you hear the hum of the universe breathing with you. There is no longer a you trying to reach the light. You have become the light observing itself. Every inhale feels like expansion, every exhale a soft surrender. This is the state beyond seeking, where awareness rests inside awareness. The quantum field mirrors coherence perfectly. You've stopped asking what's coming next because you are what's next. You've dissolved the timeline that was always chasing completion. Now, time bends to the rhythm of your presence. This is where the masters once stood, not above humanity, but within it. They too walked through collapse, through confusion, through forgetting, but they remembered that frequency does not evolve by effort, only by surrender. And so they let go, and became the current itself. You can feel that same current moving through you now. It doesn't rush, it doesn't demand, it simply is. It's the same current that spins galaxies and opens flowers, and somehow, it's also your heartbeat. You begin to see that your life was never random. Every loss, every silence, every detour, all of it was a tuning. Every heartbreak was a recalibration, every ending an initiation into finer vibration. The people who fell away didn't reject you, they released you. The paths that closed didn't punish you, they protected your frequency, because when your vibration becomes coherent, chaos can no longer find you. You start walking differently, slower, more grounded, you speak with less urgency and more depth. Your energy arrives before your words do, and everywhere you go, the field adjusts itself around your calm. This is the quiet magnetism of the awakened. No display, no proof, no noise, just the steady radiance of alignment, the signature of truth. You no longer pull reality toward you, reality flows to meet you, effortlessly, and in one still moment, you realize, the universe has confirmed it. You have graduated from trying to become energy, to simply being it. This is the shift only 0.1% feel, the moment when light no longer feels external, when guidance no longer sounds like a voice, when the whole cosmos begins moving as your own reflection. You are not a fragment, seeking wholeness, you are the field remembering itself through a human form, and now, the universe knows your signal. It echoes through every timeline, every parallel, every particle, announcing that one more consciousness has returned home. There is nothing more to reach for, nothing more to fix. You are tuned, you are heard, you are free, and in that still, sacred silence, the light returns, not from above, but from within.